Oscar de la Renta once said, fashion is about dressing according to what's fashionable, while style is more about yourself. My name is Kasai, and welcome to the Talk Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest, and I'm excited to know more about her journey, her thoughts about the current fashion landscape, and of course, what's next in the fashion world. Welcome, Carol.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Thanks
all
for having
right. How
me.
are you? Thank you so much. So, can you please tell us more about yourself?
My name is Carolyne, but I'm a style content creator under the name Calycious Loves. I share style, fashion inspiration
Mm-hmm.
on social media, Instagram, YouTube. Recently got onto TikTok. I do have a blog as well. So it's basically what to wear, how to wear it. Like if you're in doubt of how to put your wardrobe together or
Yes.
what to wear,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm your person.
All right. So, what sparked your interest in style and fashion?
For me, it's my mom. I remember like growing up, I would always like try on her shoes. We wear the same shoe size, so that was
Right.
always great.
Yeah.
So it's always been my mom. Like she did have a lot of things in her wardrobe that I
Mm-hmm.
played with, and that's where you know, my passion for fashion and style came from. Still is. I mean, I still go to her wardrobe and steal it if
Up until
in
now.
case.
All right. Yeah. So, how would you describe your personal style?
For me, I think I feel like with style, it's something that's very personal and it evolves.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, I'm someone who values comfort.
All right.
So when you look at my style, I think it will kind of more resonate with someone who's classy, modern, and elegant. I wouldn't say I'm like a full-time modest girl,
Mm-hmm.
but most of my pieces are very modest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, some people say that. Oh, I also believe it's a personal belief that you should have a black shirt, a black trouser, black dress or skirt because it fits almost in any occasion. So, what are some of the misconceptions that people have about fashion?
This is the misconception that I've had. Okay, and like I said, you evolve. Like fashion, you evolve with time. I think the biggest misconception I think there is out there is the quantity over quality.
Yes.
I don't think you having many clothing items makes you more fashionable. I think it's about having quality items that you can easily put together and you look stylish and you look fashionable. So it's not about having 100 items, it's about making your 10 items work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So, aside from the misconceptions, what are your personal recommendations? Like, what are some of the fashion tips that everybody has to know, irrespective of
I,
gender, of course?
I think with fashion tips, I would say know what works for you.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer in finding inspiration from others, but that's inspiration. That's what it is. It
Mm-hmm.
does not mean that you have to go and do exactly what that person is doing. So, for example, if I'm wearing a pair of pants that fit me really well,
Mm-hmm.
does not mean they are going to fit you exactly the same.
Yeah, true.
You could be inspired with the way I've put things together, but you need to know what works for you. And I think that's where most people sometimes fail, that they will just get that and put it together without kind of like analyzing and understanding that maybe this does not work for me.
Yes.
Like, for example, I know high waisted pants work for me
Mm-hmm.
because of the way my body is built.
Yeah.
So my tummy is slightly bigger and I've got hips. So if I wear anything lower than my belly button, my stomach just flaps out.
Doesn't work.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that if I'm going to buy a pair of jeans, I'm going to buy a pair of trousers. I want that to come higher
Yeah.
and not bar. So I'm not really like a low rise pants kind of girl because I know that it just doesn't work for me. I wouldn't feel comfortable in it. Um, I also feel like comfort is key.
Yes.
Comfort equals to confidence because if you're comfortable in what you're wearing, it's going to show.
Yeah.
And that confidence brings in, I don't know, a sense of style, and it just brings out like that ooziness, like, okay, then she's confident, she looks good. Because if you're not confident, it takes away the looking good part.
Definitely.
So
yes,
for me,
yes.
the comfort and knowing what works for you.
So are there any fashion trends that you're excited about?
At the moment, because I'm in the UK and we're kind of like in summer now. At the moment, the fashion trend that I'm excited about is white. I feel like white is a very classy color. It's very versatile. It can go with anything. It's light, for the hot months. So that's what I'm excited about. I can't wait to wear white pieces.
All right. So okay. So what has been the most rewarding aspect about giving fashion advice or about being a fashion critic?
I wouldn't say I'm a fashion critic. I would probably say someone who just advises. I think there's so many opinions out there, and you have to go out there and find what's for you.
Yes.
Right? I can have an opinion. It does not mean you have to take it.
Yeah.
But if it resonates with you, then that's fine. I think for me, the thing that I love about it is knowing that I've helped someone. It's over time. Like you start like as a social media content creator. Sometimes it can be slow, but it's one of those where you have someone who messages you. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to this event or I'm going to a meeting. I have no idea what to wear. What do you think I should wear? So, just that validation of like, oh, okay, you think I can give advice? That's great. I mean, I'm just sharing my styling tips. So that's very rewarding for me.
All right. Okay. So you say you're a content creator. So what role has social media platforms helped to keep you up to date with the fashion trends?
I mean, like, social media has helped me connect to a lot of people. I mean, like now as well.
Yeah.
This is gonna go up on the socials. So it's been like a good platform to get to know other people and for people to know me. And in terms of like, oh gosh, I forgot the next bit that you asked. Or how do I follow the trends?
Yes.
So I've signed up to different fashion blogs. I follow people who are into fashion and style. I try to stay away from very trendy situations because I feel like for me it's just not really sustainable. And it's expensive to follow like every single trend. So I'm more into styling, how you can make things work, or how you can make your existing wardrobe work. So yeah, I just kind of like follow different people, different platforms. Every now and again, I'll get like news alerts, that sort of thing.
All right. So what kind of advice would you give somebody who wants to go into fashion?
So I didn't study fashion. I actually come from a legal background. I did law. So when it comes to studying fashion, I'm not really sure I'd be the best person to give advice on that. I mean, it's definitely an industry where there's money. I also personally think it's a bit saturated because there's a lot of people doing fashion. But I think if it's something that you're passionate about, it's definitely worth exploring. Although I do know that fashion is more of a cycle.
Yeah, true.
So things are always on repetition.
Yes.
I feel like we're going towards where people will be like conscious about what they buy. Maybe towards like maybe a minimalistic way, maybe like recycling what they buy or what they wear. I know there are a few brands that have sort of like started renting out their clothes. So instead of you going to buy, they're allowing you to rent it for a certain period of time. I mean, it's not sustainable. You can't, if you keep manufacturing clothes and over and over and over again, you realize that it's not sustainable for the environment. So I feel like anyone who wants to drain fashion, that's probably where it's gonna go. Taking more of a sustainable stance.
All right. So are you just doing it for the sake of fashion? Is your passion, or you're monetizing it?
Well, I mean, it started as a passion, but I have started monetizing it. And right now, the way I see my content creation, I see it as a business. Even though I have like a 9 to 5 job, I see this as my side hustle, which I hope will eventually become, a main hustle. Like 9 to 5 should be an option. So that's what I'm working towards. It is time consuming. So as much as I would like to spend so much time just for the passion of it, I'm definitely monetizing it. It's slow, but Rome wasn't built in a day. I hope to work with different brands and create content with them, do different campaigns with them. I know like sometimes when I come to Malawi, I do like work with a few people, but it's a work in progress. I'm definitely monetizing it. And I guess just advice to people who want to create content. Yeah, go for it. I mean, there are people who are making money from creating content. Just find something that you love and how you can bridge the gap in terms of like helping others. I find that it's always nice to share things that are helpful. You bring value to people's lives. So yeah, if you're ever in doubt about content creation, go for it. People are making careers out of it. Yeah, true. But if you just want to do it for passion, then whatever makes you happy.
All right. Unfortunately, we've come to the end. Do you have any final words of encouragement, any words of wisdom you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think when it comes to fashion, I think it can be very easy to get caught up in the trends. So it's very important to know your style as a person, what really fits you, what makes you feel confident, and what you're most confident in, what colors you love, and how your closet comes together. I think that's really important. And it's good to have inspiration, but the important person is you. You have to do what makes you happy. And for me, when I wear clothes, like when I dress up, I feel good. Even if the day is not going great, right? I feel good. So it's very important that when you put on whatever clothes you're gonna put on, it makes you feel good and not necessarily just because that's what people are wearing.
Yes.
So that would be my advice. Do you?
Be you.
Do you? But like, if you're looking for any inspiration, I've got my Instagram. I post on there every day, and I've got my YouTube channel as well. You can find me at Calycious_Loves.
All right. Thank you so much, Carol. All right. That's all we had time for. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Kasai. Thank you.